All right, hello everybody, and welcome back to the 2021 Diddy Kong Racing Time Trials tournament. We are in the group stage, and we are at the match between Psychedelic Joey and Mr. Ponytale. Um, I am not 100% sure which group this is, but these guys are going to get started real fast, quickly. Joey won the coin toss, banned Haunted Woods. Mr. Pony has picked Jungle Falls car. No surprise whatsoever here, as Mr. Ponytail is in second place with a 35:36 on the track as his time trials PB. Meanwhile, Joey's still in the top 10. Ooh, a bit of a rough start on lap 1 for Joey. Meanwhile, Mr. Ponytail flying through the track right now. But he does make a bonk there, and Joey gets right back in the lead with a 12:91 lap. But he also makes a bonk. Both players trying to use that dinosaur footprint to boost. So we're going to come down to a very close game, very close first attempt between the players. Looks like, wow, Mr. Ponytail just by a couple of milliseconds on that one. A couple of tenths takes it. All right. So Joey is into his second attempt, and for most of this, besides the first one, I'm going to just try and focus on one of the runners. It's very hard to keep track of two runners doing things at the same time, essentially, at different points. So Joey, on his second attempt, he has a 14:43 lap, and he is finishing up his second lap, but does get a not so great drift there down the hill. It doesn't really get the good angle off of being airborne. 13:03, I believe it's a 13:03 second lap. Might be a 13:83. But finishes with the sub 40. So there's our first sub 40 of the match. Joey getting a 39:95. But Mr. Ponytail had a horrible harsh bonk at the beginning. It starts with a 18 lap. So Joey, with second attempt, might just take this. We'll have to see how Mr. Ponytail's third attempts go. But he had a super harsh bonk there. But we'll see how his run finishes out, and then we'll hop back over to Joey's third attempt. While he's going, Mr. Ponytail finishes with a 44. Joey with a 14 first lap there. Looks like he's going to get a very nice second lap, probably a 12 as well. Yeah, 12:45. Outstanding lap. Joey's just putting on a clinic on how to play Jungle Falls car, especially in a time trials format. Double 39s. Mr. Ponytail has to get better than a 39:36 here to take the round. Otherwise, it will go to Joey. Very nice first lap so far. Going to finish with a 13 lap. You see the difference in the first laps there. Mr. Ponytail twice got a 13 lap, but he had troubles on the other laps. And here he gets a 12:76. Does get a decent boost from the dinosaur foot there. Let's see how he finishes here. I think Mr. Ponytail is going to take it there with that very low 39:21, barely beating out Joey's 39:36. Some amazing stuff put in. All right, wasting no time in continuing the car tracks, as Joey is going to go to Snowball Valley for this one. So Joey going to his best car track, as Mr. Ponytail just went to his best available car track. But we still have three hovers, 3 planes, and now 1 car left for this match, and then we get to go to picking outside of the constraints of the first 9 rounds of this match. All right. Both players faring very well. It almost looks like they're mirroring each other, honestly. Their laps were different, so this is not two players playing the same. This is not the same screen twice. Oh, very nice from Joey. MrPonytale got a little bit of lag probably on that, but Joey able to get the 13 lap, while MrPonytale got a 15 lap. Huge stuff for Joey. He's gonna finish with a 30. He's gonna finish with a 43. That's crazy. Wow, 43.98 to start. So the onus is on MrPonytale to catch up and get a time that's as good as that. They are decently close on PBs, it looks like, though. But let's see if Joey's experience on the track prevails for this one, or if MrPonytale can whip out another huge time like he did to win the last one. 15.71 start lap. Meanwhile, it looks like MrPonytale got a 16 first lap. Both players opted to have their ghost on for this specific track. Or, actually, no. Yeah, that was their ghost, because Joey's ghost was definitely there. He's going to finish with a slightly higher time of a 44. Let's see what MrPonytale finishes with here. He looks like he can get a 43 here himself, and he does. Wow, 43.70. That's incredible. They're going blow for blow. Joey was on a great pace. He just had an unfortunate bonk on his next attempt. Alright, so let's focus in on Joey for this, just because he has to win. He has to get a time greater than what MrPonytale has on this attempt. Oh, a bit of a bump on the slope there at the end of the lap, but still nothing too bad. He's gonna have to match. He's gonna have to catch up to this ghost, and it's looking pretty difficult from here, honestly. Even though MrPonytale's not having a great run of his own, Joey has to have a better run than the one that MrPonytale had in order to take this track, and he doesn't. So MrPonytale will close out Snowball Valley Car. Again, he only won by a couple of tenths. They're playing so close to each other. Yeah, these are it's so close, so intense. These guys are playing within, like milliseconds and 1 second of each other pretty much this entire time, minus like one or so bad runs on Jungle Falls. So Joey has deviated from car and is opting to go to plane, and he's gonna pick Hot Top Volcano, where Joey has a very, very clear advantage from PBs. He has switched to drumstick. Let's see if MrPonytale opts to stick with TT or if he's going to go to drumstick here. But Joey having a 54 as his PB on this track, and MrPonytale with a 107. It's not unheard. It wouldn't be unheard of to see MrPonytale take this, but I would. I imagine this is Joey just taking himself to comfort for a pick. And especially with not that many more pickable car tracks left, and Joey being a very strong plane player and a strong hover player, I'm looking forward to seeing how these two vehicles play out for the players. All right. Yeah. Ooh. Oh, super nice transitions from Joey. Wow. MrPonytale also not having a bad time either. He started out with a 25 lap. And Joey's just looking like he's in his comfort zone on this hot top. He had a 17 lap. That's so fast. He's looking poised for a sub 1. Maybe like a 56, 57 here. That's nuts. 57. Great job, Joey. That was an amazing run. And he still has 2 more attempts. See how MrPonytale finishes up here. Gonna finish with a 109. So we'll stick to watching Mr. for this next attempt, even though Joey has gotten off the ground first for his next attempt. So I guess we'll view Joey until MrPonytale goes into his next run. I want to make sure I'm giving each player like enough time talking about their attempts, because it'd be so easy just to talk about the person who's winning all the rounds. So opting to not get rid of his ghost. I'm not sure if Joey did the same. Oh, missing that zipper's very unfortunate, and it costs a lot of time if you're not able to chain barrel. If you're not like just barrel rolling already. If you're barrel rolling, you might be able to minimize the damage pretty much. Yeah, but both players taking a very nice, at least have their route completely down and are executing it decently well. A couple of hiccups now and then for either player. Joey with a 1 minute time. I just glanced over to see his final time. About a 1 minute 53. So very, very strong. All right. And MrPonytale's going to finish here with a 108. 108.33, so improving his best time. But Joey with that 57. I would be surprised if that time does all but lock this as a win for him here. MrPonytale would have to pull out a 10-second PB to beat that. But I would love to see MrPonytale just get a PB here on this attempt. He's definitely a good player and improving fast, so I could see him doing something like that. Man, watching high-level hot top volcano runners is just so pretty. Like, that's so fast. Transition from... And he uses the ground to kind of steer himself and keep that section very tight. That's so fast. Oh my goodness. Bang, bang, 58. Joey just put on an absolute clinic on hot top. That's insane. Alright, it looks like MrPonytale's in position to take his best time of this round so far, pending any bonks. Yeah, he should take a time that's very close to his best with a 108.61, and he does get his best time. But Joey takes the round overall, and now MrPonytale will pick with only 1 car track left and 2 plane tracks, but we get our first hover track. We get Ancient Lake Hover. So Joey's going to switch over to TT. Both players should switch over to TT here. Don't want to do AL Hover and Drumstick. That would not be the play. Let's see if Mr. Ponytail gets in here and then realizes that he hasn't changed characters. Yeah, he does. Okay. Awesome. So we got both players at the restart screen, and we will start Ancient Lake Hover. Hover is such a neat vehicle. This is the first time we are seeing it in this race, so you'll see these players both moving their joystick back and forth in a technique called snaking. So we will see both players snaking to keep their movement up. Mr. Ponytail taking a bit of a wider route there, but picks up the 7 bananas. So he'll be at 10 bananas before Joey, but Joey's quickly up to 9. So he's not too far behind in overall speed. And he did have a faster first lap. With a very nice boost. Just playing this track so well. He is one of the best AL hover players. Sitting, I believe, in the top 10, maybe even the top 5. It's a bit hard for me to read the rank numbers, but that are on the screen. But Joey with a 44, fantastic time. Mr. Ponytail is going to finish with a 47. Both players finishing within a couple of seconds of their PBs, which is always nice to see. Hover is a very consistent vehicle in this game. So, I believe we'll see these players getting very close to that time, quite a bit. In Hover, it is extremely important to reset your ghost, as it is in most vehicles. But sometimes in plane you can get away with it. There are some tracks where it's not as big of a deal. Ooh. All right. So let's see. Mr. Ponytail has 3 bananas, and he gets the 6 bananas there. Yeah, so he only got 2 bananas there at the start, and then picked up 1 banana in the first section. Of the second banana section. So overall, a 17 start lap. Looks like Joey finished with, again, a similar time. He finished with a 44. Mr. Ponytail looking like he will finish with a slightly better time, potentially. Or very, very, very close. Another 47, so consistency. 47.30 for Mr. Ponytail, his best time of the set so far by 0.08, and Joey with a 44.45, very close to his first attempt. And Joey there, we'll focus in on him for this one. He's got 4 bananas. He got his he did miss 1 banana on the left side, but he should be able to make up for it here with 7 and then just grabbing the 3 there. He gets it. Mr. Ponytail now has 4 as well on his screen. So we do see, obviously, the slight route difference. But both players are able to get the same amount of bananas. So it's quite interesting. But it looks like Joey's going to finish his final attempt with a 43, a strong finish. And we'll just quickly now hop back over to watch Mr. Ponytail's final Ancient Lake Hover lap of this set. Looks like he's on track to finish again with a very similar time and maybe get that 46, but it is a 47. And so, all good, Sweener. Yeah, no, that's wonderful. Yeah, great quality. Appreciate it. But anyways, Joey takes AL Hover, and now it is tied up with Mr. Ponytail to pick again. 2 hovers, 2 planes, and 1 car track left in the first 9. Okay. Mr. Ponytail opting for Everfrost Peak plane. We'll see the players go down 2 tracks. Looks like Joey also very good here on Everfrost Peak with 3rd place at a 102.43. this track is a bit tricky where you can really get beat up on it. So we'll see how how fast and crazy these players want to get on this track. So this is a really cool plane track. We did see it in hover in our last race, and now we're seeing it in plane here. MrPonytale unfortunately missing that first ground zipper. Joey is doing quite well for his start. He's got his 5 bananas. MrPonytale has 3 bananas. It looks like Joey may have missed that zipper inside the cave after the ground zipper, which happens. I think both players did that. Oh, and Joey with the harsh bonk, but able to keep himself moving forward, not dropping to the ground and losing a lot of time. There he does touch ground. And MrPonytale's not that far behind right now, although missing that cave zipper again. And Joey, both players kind of struggling here on EP. We kind of see how tricky this track can be. Generally, when you do balloon races, there's a lot of backups, a lot of balloons, but when you do it in time trials, there's none of the balloons. So if you start kind of messing up things, then it's gonna show. But Joey's smooth, his 3rd lap so far, gonna finish out strong here. Looks like he's gonna get a 1:15, and MrPonytale moving along, should finish here up with about a 1:25, so he's not too far off his PB. And so we'll get into their next attempts here in a second, as looks like both players have now restarted the course. All right, MrPonytale getting those connections, getting the 3 bananas there, going down and getting 6 bananas. He actually grabbed 2 of those first bananas at the same time. So nice job by MrPonytale there to grab those. Joey is looking like he's flying through the course so far. 23-20 first lap. MrPonytale with a 26 first lap. I think with any real good attempt here, MrPonytale could easily blow his PB out of the water, honestly. Sitting at a 125.20 PB, he can easily beat that in any of these attempts. Looks like he's cruising along. Looking like he's having a nice run here. Joey's gonna finish up strong here with a 108. So nice time there for Joey. MrPonytale's looking like he's gonna get a sub 120. Oh, he might still actually get the sub 120, honestly. He has plenty of time to get to the finish. So yeah, he's gonna get a 10, a massive whopping 10-second PB on the track, and a 1-lap PB. So huge improvement from his first attempt to his second attempt. And I wouldn't be 100% sure that was his actual PB, but that's at least his submitted PB. So beating that by 10 seconds is huge in a race. So now Joey is on his lap 1. He does miss the ground zipper, able to get up in the air and barrel roll, save himself a lot of time instead of losing all of his speed there. Taking super tight lines, manages to get himself to lose enough speed to just not have to worry about hitting the ceiling there at the end of the lap. 25 and a 22 lap. MrPonytale with a 27 first lap there. Joey bonking on the wall. So I'm gonna say that he's very unlikely to beat his best time. But MrPonytale would have to beat Joey's 108 here in order to win the set. To win this specific portion of the set. So 27 and a 28 lap. See if MrPonytale can finish out strong here and get a very nice finish to his third attempt. Looking like he can, honestly. He's doing just fine for himself. He should be able to get another sub 120. Might be just over a 120, but it is a 119.98. Yeah, huge 10-second PB for MrPonytale. Joey does take the round, but I'm sure MrPonytale will be happy with that 115. All right, as we await the next pick, we still do have one more car. Now we're gonna have one of each left, as Space Dust Alley Hover has been picked. One of my favorite tracks to play in time trials. It can be quite difficult, but it can also be quite rewarding. Yeah, Joey has a 129.43 on this track. He's almost in that top 5. So, and MrPonytale sitting with a 145 as his PB. But he's been improving rapidly, so I feel like MrPonytale can easily pop out a very, very nice PB. Oh, interesting strat by Joey there. To start, he has 6 bananas now, so he's got an early large banana count. Let's see if he tries when he gets into this cave, if he does the inside the cave zipper or not. Some players will go for it, others might not. He is gonna go for it, and it is very risky. He did bonk around a bit there. MrPonytale also going for it, and a very wide route. He kind of just got thrown around there. But dang, Joey is opting for that first zipper as opposed to the second zipper, which isn't a bad strat actually. There's much less of a chance of missing that third zipper if you do that route. Oh, MrPonytale unfortunately bonking after taking the zipper in the alley where the spaceship is and missing the jump up. A very harsh set of zipper misses and bonks for MrPonytale, but attempt is not looking terrible still. I think he's still well within range of beating a 145. Although I'm not 100% sure on that. He might not quite get there. But Joey's going to finish with a 136, so an excellent time. Yeah, MrPonytale is going to come just short of the time that of his PB time here. Due to zippers. But he definitely has 2 more attempts to get there. And Joey, 136 is gettable. Joey shouldn't sit on this 136. And I know he won't. So 136.56, the mark to beat for both players. All right, Joey's got his attempt underway, so let's go ahead and I'll keep my focus on his running. Wow, huge boosts. Huge boosts. Wow. It'll be a 31 lap. Goodness gracious, Joey. That's a huge first lap. I really like his strat that he has here to grab that first zipper. Most players just use that. Most players just will take the second one and kind of one lappy and kind of one try attempts and time, maybe in track meets. But Joey's going with a very fast strat, and he's doing extremely well. He's going to get a 29 lap here. 29 flat, almost a 28. So, just absolutely killing it right now. So his PB is a 129.43, and I was... Just as I'm talking about his PB, he bonks into the wall. Commentator's curse. That one's on me. but he's still going to get a huge time. Like 130, 131 is nothing to be sad about. A 132 flat. So it did round up to 132 flat. But gosh, that was so huge. MrPonytale making his way through his final lap. Looking to be on PB pace for sure from a 145. Looking like he could get a 142 potentially. So we'll keep watching we'll keep my focus on MrPonytale for this and into his next attempt. 143, so a 2-second PB with a 1 lap PB of a second and a half. So that's huge. But yeah, meanwhile, Joey's got a 31 lap on lap 1. That's insane. He is killing it right now. He is playing at a pace that would allow him to potentially PB. Which PBing when you're 6th place on the leaderboard in a time trial event is really insane. .28 lap? Yeah, 28.68 lap. Oh, he missed the zipper. But he is going to just be able to take the second zipper and transfer that into the other zipper, essentially. Really nice. No way. I think he's actually about to PB. Okay, Joey. Okay. He just got a 129.40 in a rate in a one try or in a time trials event. Essentially, these are all 3-1 tries. That's all of Joey's attempts. So we'll focus in on MrPonytale for his remaining attempt. All right, making his way into the final section of his lap, has a 236 laps, looking to finish out strong here. But Joey will take this as he PB'd on the track. That's insane. All right. So Joey is currently up 4-2. If he takes 3 points here, then Joey will take the match. And MrPonytale has picked Greenwood Village Hover. So opting to kind of take away the Greenwood Village car pick. With taking it to Hover. But again, Joey is just a strong overall player where he really doesn't have that many weak tracks overall. He's got a 113, which is one of the best NTSC times, considering that this track is the fastest on the PAL version. But players are not allowed to switch versions during the tournament. So if you're gonna play on PAL, you play the whole match on PAL. So here we go. Both players are ready to go. Set 7. Joey managing to get all 4 bananas there. That's something that's kind of difficult to do, to grab that and the zipper. You take a really, really wide angle there. but it does allow you to get 10 bananas on the track. All right, Joey kind of shortening his boost there a little bit. Didn't want to fly too far away from he didn't want to fly too far up on the tree area there. Ideally, he wants to get a massive boost from the hill where the tree in the middle of this upcoming section is. He wants to get a boost from that. But playing it safe is also pretty reasonable in a tournament setting. He's going to get a very, very nice lap here with a 24:15. This looks like just about 1:15-ish pace, maybe even one, very likely a 1:15, 1:16, depending on this final lap. Mr. Ponytail has a 30 lap and a 27 lap, so he's not in bad shape to get a PB here. As Joey's gonna finish with a 1:16. And Mr. Ponytail's gonna finish up here with a 1:26.21. So Joey has the time to beat so far with the 1:16.10. Let's see how the next attempt goes. All right. So Joey, again, getting that four bananas in the section, allowing him to get that one extra banana overall, which is really nice in time trials. As in anything, as bananas are make you about 2.5% faster top speed and acceleration. Nice 27 first lap again for Joey. But Mr. Ponytail also off to a strong start. He has 10 bananas already. So it looks like he might have had a little bit of difficulties in the beginning at some point. I'm not 100% sure. But we'll keep an eye on Mr. Ponytail here as Joey's flying through his attempt. Oh, very nice. Mr. Ponytail with a very nice connection there. You'll love to see it. He's going to get a very nice lap here if he keeps this up. His PB is a 26:31. I can easily see him beating that here. Oh no, he misses the zipper. He might still be able to with this boost. He does. He gets a 25:96 lap. Grabs the boost, gets right up to the next zipper. Lost a little bit of speed going into it because of the angle that he took. But not too bad, honestly. Joey now moving into his third attempt. He got a second attempt of 1:16.23, so very consistent for Joey there. Mr. Ponytail is going to finish with a time just within a second of his PB with a 1:23.95. As Joey's now snaking through his first lap. Oh, big jump off of the hill there, but did bonk the wall, so wasn't able to convert that to go all the way around the wall. Because when you do that, you can generally get all the way around that wall. See if Joey can get that on this next lap. Yeah, he gets it. He pretty much gets all the way around that wall on the jump there. It's so big. Huge air. 23:61 lap. Very nice. All right. So now Mr. Ponytail is on his final attempt as well after a 28:71 first lap. Joey with finishing out here with a 1:16.10. His first attempt was his best attempt. So Mr. Ponytail will have to beat that on this attempt to take the point. Which at this point doesn't look too plausible, but let's see if Mr. Ponytail can finish out here with a PB. on this attempt. Looking at a possible sub 120 here, but very likely just to be a 121. Yeah, nice. 121 from MrPonytale, finishing out with a 25.75 and a 121.33. So nice big PB for MrPonytale there. But Joey does take the track, so it is MrPonytale's pick once again. We have one more car track to go, and no, it might be one car, one plane still right now. So yeah, one car, one plane. So I'm wondering if MrPonytale is planning to hold the car pick until the last pick. But if he does that, he might really need this point. He picks Spaceport Alpha Plane. This track does have a lot of possibility to create havoc for the players. So I kind of like this pick. I see holding the car pick until the last one, just to get the win potentially for MrPonytale, save a pick that he's really good at, and can compete with Joey, as these two are very. I'd say they would be very close in car on most tracks. It just depends on knowledge of the track. As MrPonytale's still quite a bit newer to the game. And Joey's been time trialing for a couple of years now. We see here Joey with drumstick and MrPonytale playing on TT. So there is going to be a character difference here. Joey did prove in Hot Top that he has not that much problem going from TT to drumstick. So he's going to grab his 10 bananas here and then kind of just take a safer route here. I kind of like this from Joey. Just making sure he doesn't have much of an opportunity to crash, and generally he's gonna lean on the rest of his knowledge of plane to give him a lead here. And so far it's working. He got a 31.68 first lap, and MrPonytale has a 35 first lap. Joey did miss the zipper on lap 1 there, and he gets it on lap 2, so should be a bit faster of a lap than the previous one. All right, Joey gets a 28.11 second lap. MrPonytale is going to finish up with a 31.38 second lap. But he's doing a good job keeping his barrel rolls going. So yeah, Joey playing it very safe here on Spaceport. I really like that. For his first attempt, he should finish out here with like a 126, which is very good time. MrPonytale also kind of taking a pretty safe route, going for just the zipper on the right instead of this zipper on the left. Generally, when we do time trials, we go for both the zipper on the left and the right. We go the right zipper, chain it with the left zipper into the tunnel. So MrPonytale with a 138.50 does get a PB of 1 second, and he PBs his 1 lap by 0.3 seconds. So Joey's going to go into his second attempt here, and so is MrPonytale. So we'll focus in on MrPonytale for this one, and then we'll look at Joey's for his third attempt. I like this. I like the approach that both players the various approaches that these players are taking on this course. It's neat to see. Oh, a harsh bonk. MrPonytale a little too wide there. Didn't get enough turn, so he will lose quite a bit of time off of that bonk. Most plane bonks lose upwards of 6 seconds or more generally. If you don't get back up to speed very fast. Because if you lose all your speed in plane and you're falling, you have such a hard time re-accelerating. Yeah. Oh, again, Mr. Ponytail did bonk, but he was able to kind of back that up with being able to hold the A button to not lose too much time. All right. Looks like Joey's gonna finish up his attempt with a very close time of a 1:26:21, slightly faster than his previous time. As Mr. Ponytail had a very harsh bonk going in towards the vent section. But gonna look to finish strong here on his lap 3 of attempt 2. And Joey is starting his 3rd attempt now, as he's been kind of flying through his attempts. And playing very well in the process, if I may say. 1:44:95, a very harsh look at what at how SPA can just kind of be brutal for the players. Even with using kind of safer strats in this section, because a lot of the points where you lose time is supposed to be in the laser room, but sometimes it's not. It's other points in times where you just like take a turn too tight or an angle too tight into a room and you bonk on the walls type of stuff. Looks like Mr. Ponytail bonked inside the vent there, unfortunately, to start his attempt. And then going for the barrel roll, and there was just not enough space for him to get around it, so he ended up taking a head first bonk on that little pillar. Yeah, SPA is just so harsh. Joey's flying through this track. He makes these tracks look kind of easy, and he is taking safer strats in general, but he's still getting really good times here. Like, this is going to be a 122. Yeah, or 123. He touched the ground, so he kind of lost a little bit of speed there. Oh, man. This track is so harsh. Like, I respect the pick because you can definitely catch somebody out. And they can have some bad attempts. For sure. So, this is just it's a difficult track. I wouldn't necessarily call it inconsistent more than just difficult. Because there's some good intricacies on this course. And it's in this course it demands that you know your spacing with your barrel rolls and like when you can barrel roll and when you can't. Mr. Ponytail finished his attempt of 150.28. He did get his first attempt as a PB though, so very nice, even with a couple of rough attempts at the end. We're seeing quite a lot of PBs, and there it is. Mr. Ponytail pulling out the car pick at the end, on match point, pulling out Fossil Canyon car, looking to force this out of the first 9. This would be the first. I'm not sure if this would be the first match. I don't actually know how Andy's match went earlier, but this might be the first match I've commentated where it gets out of the first 9. Yeah, so we're in Fossil Canyon car, and Mr. Pony is flying through on this first lap. He's gonna get a 20 lap. Joey's gonna get a 22 lap. The new breed of Fossil Canyon players, make getting like a 101, which is an insanely strong time that Joey has, just make him look like a mortal. Mr. Ponytail does slip up on this lap, and so Joey is going to take the lead so far. There are more attempts, of course, and Joey could also make a mistake here, but as long as he plays solidly, he should be able to take this. He should be able to get the better time on the first attempt. and hold the advantage going into the later attempts. But no, he does actually take the better time. But he did make a bonk there, which kind of scared me for a bit, honestly. But the 24 lap on lap 2 from Mr. Ponytale definitely did cost him a bit, at least in the first attempt. All right. All right. So Joey has started his attempt number 2 here. He's opting to take the canyon. He's opting not to go on pawn jump for lap 1, which does give you more bananas throughout the entire run. Very nice start for Joey. He'll get a 22 lap again, so very strong. 22.48. Doing that without going over the pond is quite impressive. Got a little too much speed there. But it gets a 2080 lap, so still not bad. Showing that probably could have even been a 19 lap had he completed that section. Wow, huge boost from Joey. Looking like he's gonna finish up here with a real nice time. Looking at like a 102, 103. 103 indeed he gets. MrPonytale 22.46 first lap. Ooh, some really awkward bounces off of the ground for MrPonytale on his attempts. So let's finish out. We'll finish watching this attempt and we'll just check in to see what Joey's final attempt time is. Right, MrPonytale gets cleanly into the cave there on lap 3. It's going to be able to also get a 103, but it's going to be, and it's just slightly higher of a time than what Joey got. Joey with a 23.16 first lap here. His lead is definitely not secure here on Fossil Canyon. MrPonytale is capable of pulling out some big times. As we see that he's going to be implementing, going to the menus and using what we call Ghostless, which is absolutely allowed in this tournament by our players. Most of the players I've seen so far have opted not to do it. And Joey with that bonk, I think he's not going to be able to beat his time here now. It might still be possible, but it would be very tight, and it's just not going to happen. So now MrPonytale has this last shot to beat Joey's 103.3 here, and he's off to a good start. It's going to be a 21 lap. He's going to opt to grab those bananas to get to his 7 bananas. Nice turn around the zippers there. Oh man, a little too tight on the angle and bumps into the wall. It's going to be very tough from here. He's going to need to pull out probably a 19 or better on this lap to pull out the win. And ouch, he bonks at the end, and I just don't think there's enough time. I think Joey takes this track now. Joey takes the win on Fossil Canyon to close out the series. Yeah, this Fossil Canyon is very harsh. Like MrPonytale had some very nice looks, and unfortunately didn't go his way overall. Yeah, that last pick was really nice. But Joey does take the match, and I'm assuming we're gonna have both players come in for a short interview, and just kind of to chat about the match and everything. Yo, yo. What's going on, guys?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
What's up?
Yeah. That was really fun to watch. Across the board. So, I'm wondering. So, I really liked, Mr. Your kind of the idea behind holding the car pick until the end, to get that Fossil Canyon pick. It unfortunately, the track was brutal because that track is completely brutal to everyone. Yeah, you're very quiet.
How's this?
Much better.
Yeah, bad luck on Fossil Canyon. I almost got him on my second attempt, but just wasn't working out on that one. But
Yeah. So Joey, how are you feeling? How are you feeling? Actually, I'll ask both of you how you're feeling coming into the match. In general, but I'll let Joey go first.
So coming into the match, I knew that car would be like the hardest, but I was very nervous, very nervous coming in after the first two matches, especially because Snowball Valley, I just set the world record for the flap, and I set a PB for 3-lap today,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, oh dude, I can get Snowball Valley, and then I lost by a little bit, and then I thought if he picks any car levels, I'm done. So
Mm-hmm.
I was really glad that he got the hover and planes in there, and then I just got the false canyon. But I was very nervous. It was just like
Mm-hmm.
just shaky, nerves, stupid mistakes I wouldn't normally make.
Yeah, that was a bit noticeable at some points, but generally, like once you got into plane and hover, it looked like you felt comfortable. It did shine through. Um,
Yeah, I would say after EP was I was still very shaky.
Definitely. Yeah. But I noticed on that SDA that you actually PB'd by like three by like 0.03. You got a PB, like a real one. That was
Oh,
insane.
I
The
didn't know that was
129.
PB. I thought I had
Yeah,
a
that
128.
129.40.
What was my previous PB like? I thought it was
129
128.
one. Oh, do you have a 128? The website shows a 129. Is what I
Oh,
saw.
I'm fairly certain I have a 128 that I got in a tournament.
Oh,
Like they
okay.
tracked me. I probably didn't update it.
Oh, okay. Well, then never mind. But you got a 129.40, which was really nice.
Yeah, that for the it was what made the break that one was I had to like commit on the flaps, so like I had to brake while in the air and turn the fifth
Mhm.
curve. I wanted to
Yeah,
get SDA plane. I probably should have picked SDA plane when I instead of Snowball Valley, but
potentially, yeah.
yeah, I'm feeling pretty good, but I really need to work on car and hover because like against Kves, and then with Obio I have to work on my car and hover. So like I have to figure out those matchups and what's like best for those levels because those are the two guys I'm watching out for this tournament because I really want to win.
Oh
dangerous.
yeah, definitely. And that was a smart ban on the Haunted Woods. I thought there was a world in which you would have tried to take that to hover, if you had the pick. But obviously, if you let that through, then it's just gonna get first picked Haunted Woods car, which is actually very inconsistent track. So it would have been a risky pick.
Yeah, I thought 100 Woods would have been picked had I not banned it. Now Jungle Falls, I
Mhm.
felt a little bit better competing against him on it.
Yeah.
However, it was the first pick. I was very shaky, and I didn't. I got like I think I got a 39 at the end, but my PB's a 37.
Yeah, I did not do very good on Jungle Falls. I hadn't warmed up at all. I just came back from work trying to rush to get here, but I managed to clutch out a win on the last one there.
All right. Yeah. I really like the diversity of picks that we had for tracks. Like it really, cause like stuff like GV Hover and the stuff like Yeah, like that, and the EP. Like generally, people don't see EP playing in time trials. Usually, it's just like everyone sees it as like an ATR track. Um, so definitely appreciated all the really great gameplay that we had. Um, so just a heads up, we don't have any scheduled matches until Friday. However, it is very likely that we get matches scheduled throughout the week, as this is our first week of setting up matches. So we'll have stuff coming sporadically throughout the week. So just keep an eye out on the channel to see when the channel goes live with some races, or you can join the DKR64 races Discord, or be looking in the Diddy Kong Racing Speedrunning Discord, as we will be posting when matches are happening there as well for people to check the schedule. So I guess I'll let you guys both give any last thoughts, any last words that you have before we sign off.
Well, I guess I didn't really try to counterpick that much. I was just really trying to go for tracks that I wanted to get a personal best on, that I knew I could improve a little bit. So I kind of knew I was coming in knowing I could probably win 2 card tracks, and I accomplished the goal that I set, so I'm happy with how I performed.
Yeah, and for me, it's this is gonna be very interesting. So next week, I'm moving, and I cannot bring a CRT with me. I bought a retro Tink, so I have to spend after this week, I have to spend a lot of time getting used to the lag of like an HD TV, so I can compete. But the retro Tink should eliminate most.
Yeah, I don't know too much about those, but obviously we wish you the best in your move, and we look forward to your next matches. And obviously, and same for MrPonytale. We're looking forward to seeing what you're gonna do in your next 2 matches. So yeah, I want to thank everybody who is watching on the channel, everyone who has been commentating today, and for Sweener for doing all the re-streams. Thank you so much, man. And Obio for putting the tournament together along with Sweener. So yeah, we will see you all potentially Friday, potentially earlier, but we will see you all next race. And have a fantastic night, everybody.